If you're anything like me, you might actually hate the fact that a lot of your multi-tools come with really cheesy nylon sheaths that either have flimsy sewing that causes their belt loop to detach easily, or maybe you just don't like having to go through your systems and grab different sheaths every day that you want to carry a different multi-tool. I honestly am like that. I don't really like having that much change in how my things are physically carried. I like consistency within my systems. So even though I like to change out what I'm carrying day in, day out, I like to know everything is going to be carried in the exact same way. What pocket my knife is going into, what position things are going into on my belt. You know, where is my fixed blade going to be? Where is my multi-tool going to be? How is it going to be carried? And the TarbicGear multi-tool sheath allows me to maintain consistency across a wide variety of everyday carry loadout options. Not just for the multi-tool, but on things I can carry within its side compartments. And I honestly love that. And my biggest concern whenever I ordered this was, how well is it going to hold up? There's a lot of really cheesy leather work on Amazon that is just super low quality. And I was concerned whether or not this was going to be another example of that. And I have been carrying this literally every single day since I got it, and it has held up remarkably well. You can see wear and tear on it. It's definitely got use, okay, all over every aspect of it, but it has not had any damage problems whatsoever freaking ever, and I love that. I want to go ahead and note that this is the medium-sized version for 4-inch and smaller multi-tools. They also have a large-size version for 4.5-inch and smaller multi-tools, okay? And that is going to determine what fits comfortably inside the sheath itself. Okay, so this is for things like the Leatherman Wave, Charge, Wingman, SOG Power Line, Schrade Clench 4, Gerber Flick, things like that. While the large size fits things like the Leatherman Surge, the Leatherman Super Tool 300, the Gerber Truss, the SOG Power Access, the Victorinox Swiss Tools, you know, the bigger size multi-tools. So which one you need is going to be determinant on what multi-tool size you tend to carry. Honestly, you may pick up both of them. You may pick up a medium and a large, which I plan on getting a large at some point. I thought about holding off on the review until then, but there's no point. It's just a difference in size. I can do the review with what I have here. So what one you buy is going to be determinant on that. Also, they offer it in this brown leather version and a black leather version. So the color you get is ultimately up to you. Now, I carry a small change in loadout for my multi-tools. Typically, my go-to multi-tool for EDC is the Gerber Flick. I have carried a Gerber Flick for years and years. I love this thing. I just find that it has an adequate loadout for my everyday carry needs. I do have a small piece of leather on the inside there from the suede interior. No big deal. It has a good loadout for everything that I need typically day in, day out. I like how readily available the plier heads are. And so this one goes into my everyday carry rotation more often than not. But sometimes I will mix it up and I'll carry something like the Ozark Trail Multi-Force. I've got a lot of love for this tool because it provides a lot of the utility of a Leatherman Wave for less. It's not as good as a Wave, let me be blunt with that, but it gives damn comparable capability. Here I have a Schrade tool that I've been carrying and using quite a bit. I love this tool, although there is an issue with it that you'll see in the review. Not really a fault of the tool itself. I wanted to take let me go ahead and open the other side. The scissors to their utmost extreme, and I put them through some super heavy cutting, and now I've got them dulled to the point that I can't sharpen them back to cut more than paper. Not really a fault of the tool, though. That's more a fault of my abuse to test it out, but it's in the same size range to fit within this sheath. And then I also grabbed a Gerber suspension. I never carry this, but it's another example of a multi-tool that would fit within this sheath configuration. So you see the size of tool that will fit in here. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up and I'll show that off. I mentioned I carry the Flick all the time. You see, pops in like so. Close it up. It's secure, it's not going anywhere. Multi-tool fits. Take this out. Take the Schrade. Same situation, fits quite well. I'll show it closing. Just so you can see, fits in there. Extra room on that one, but that's going to be unavoidable when you have a universal sheath. Ozark Trail Multi-Force fits right in, and Gerber suspension fits right in. So looking at the sheath itself, we do have our primary pocket for our multi-tool, but we also have a secondary pocket back here, and this is for carrying things like a wave bit set or included driver extensions that come with multi-tools. So there's the driver extension for the multi-force. Pop the multi-force in the front, and then bam, close it up. Mind that snap up. There we go. Now we have our loadout easily carried with us. So that compartment back there is useful for that. You could also use it for other things, I'm sure. You might be able to carry, you know, a small flat survival kit or something else back there if you wanted to. I don't use that pocket all that much. If I'm carrying something like the Schrade, I will sometimes just use that as something to put the pocket clip onto for extra security and carry. So, now carry the tool like so. And now it's not going to bounce around as much. But that's the configuration. Multi-tool here, additional bits or accessories back here. And it does close up with this magnetic snap, which you can see fits into place. If I can get it to line up. It's kind of hard to do this through the viewfinder. But you can see it does have the divot there that the extension tab lines up into. And it snaps quite secure. It's a very strong magnet. I've never had this pop open in my everyday carry. So whenever we throw our tool in, snap it closed. You can see our multi-tool is quite secure. Okay. The leather work, as I mentioned, is quality. It's good, thick leather. It's supple, so it bends instead of creases. Love to see that. The stitching work is beautiful. I have no issues with any of these stitches popping. So there's no fraying, nothing like that. The belt carry attachment is through this leather loop and clip. You can just clip it to your belt if you don't want to use this. I always use the loop in addition to using this clip as a secondary loop, and it carries very secure on the belt. And then we also have a carabiner here. That's for clipping things like your keys or anything else you choose to attach to it on there. We also have these elastic pockets on the side. This one, 2 bands on this side, 1 open band and then 1 closed band. And that's for carrying additional stuff like pens, flashlights, or whatever else is in your everyday carry rotation. I often will clip my EDC light of choice, which by the way is this, as you can see, Nightcore MT2A Pro EDC. What I'll do is I'll just take this and I will push it through these elastic bands, letting the clip catch them. And boom, now that's securely attached. Then I'll open it up, take my multi-tool, drop it in, snap it shut, and I'm good to go. I'll put my keys on that carabiner, a couple of pens to the other side, and I've got my everyday carry loadout. And this is great because at the end of the day, I just come home, take my belt off, throw this up on my desk. Next day, pick it up, put it back on my belt, and go to town. Literally. So I like this system. I'm not doing the best job with eloquent wording on this review. It's kind of weird to review just a sheath. But what I like about this is that it is so versatile. It can adapt to, you know, like I said, all of these different tool loadout options. And then you can also use it just for a folding knife. Okay, here's a Buck 112 Ranger. Maybe you don't like the leather sheath that this came with for whatever reason, or maybe you don't have the leather sheath that it came with. It's not a problem, because you can still just as easily carry this knife in here. Yes, you'll have a little extra room in there, but you can carry that. You can attach your light to the side. You can attach your whole loadout, and you can use this for something like your Buck 112. Hell, you might, yeah, there you go. Be able to just shove it in that back pocket there. Now that's held in more securely. And so with that back there, if you have a thinner multi-tool like this Schrade here, now I'm just carrying the multi-tool and the Buck, both in one loadout. Can I get that leather to snap? Or that magnetic clasp to snap? Let's see. Might not quite reach. Nope, it does. Has to stretch it a little bit, but boom. Now we have the Multitool and the Buck 112 in one sheath. Clip our pen light to the side, and boom. How's that for an everyday carry loadout? The point of this is just to say that this is a high quality, very affordable belt option. $22. Okay, $22, nice leather work, great stitching. The elastic bands have not torn. You see the stitching on the bands has held up. I haven't had any problem whatsoever. Again, I clip my keys to this every day, as you can see. And it's worn the paint, but it has not damaged the carabiner. It's not bent. The clip on here, very strong. Hasn't bent out, hasn't damaged. For 22 bucks, this is my favorite go-to everyday carry loadout system. I love the TarbicGear Leatherworks Multitool sheath, and I highly recommend it.